Hola, bienvenidos nuevamente a todos a mi canal Spanish Blueprints. My name is Joshua, and in this video, you're going to be learning about a few phrases that you can use while you are traveling through Latin America. And you might be thinking to yourself, I don't know barely any Spanish, I just started. And you don't have to worry about that at all because these phrases are very simple and you'll be able to say them right away. You don't have to be perfect when it comes to pronunciation. The goal would be just to say the phrases to the best of your abilities, because I really don't want you to go to a country in Latin America without these tools that are available to you. So you can start to have interactions with Spanish speakers right away, even as a complete beginner in the language. Let me know in the comment section below if you have used these phrases beforehand when you have been traveling through Latin America or with Spanish speakers in general. And if you enjoyed this video and you find value in it, please give it a thumbs up. So the first word that we have is hola, and hola means hello. So this is going to be your initial starting point probably for a lot of your conversations that you're going to be having. Now the second one is buenos días. ¿Y qué significa buenos días? What does that mean? It means good morning. Then we have buenas tardes. Y buenas tardes means good afternoon. Next up, we have buenas noches. Buenas noches means good night. And did you notice that buenas tardes and buenas noches begin with buenas? Next up, we have como estás, which is informal, and como está for the formal version of how are you doing in Spanish. And these are really good phrases to use right after hola. So hola and como está or como estás. So number one, this is going to help you be able to be polite, but then also help you to develop that conversation a little bit more. Next up, we have hasta luego. And hasta luego means see you later. Next, we have mi nombre es, and that means my name is. So if I were to say this phrase to a Spanish speaker, I would say mi nombre es Josué. Josué is the Spanish version of Joshua. And you can use this phrase in a lot of different situations. For example, you could use them when you're at a restaurant if you have made a reservation, or even if you're at a hotel as well. So you can give them your name of the reservation that you have made. Next, we have perdón, and perdón is a very simple way that you can just say sorry or excuse me if you feel like you did something wrong to somebody. Then that leads us to disculpe, and disculpe is a more formal version of perdón, but you can also use disculpe if you are trying to get someone's attention as well, como disculpe, yo tengo una pregunta. Excuse me, I have a question. So next we have yo tengo una pregunta. Yo tengo una pregunta means I have a question. The amount of times that I've used this phrase. I can't even count the number of times I have said this to a Spanish speaker, and it is very useful. Another phrase I always use a lot is Dónde está. So Dónde está means where is. And then you would finish off this phrase with a particular noun. So Dónde está la playa? Where is the beach? Dónde está el banco? Where is the bank? ¿Dónde está el restaurante? Where is the restaurant? Now the next phrase is something that you can actually use in response to a Spanish speaker. If they ask you, what are you traveling for? Are you just here for family? You have friends here, or you're on vacation? So it would be estoy de vacaciones. I'm on vacation. Let's say you don't have your phone on you or you don't have your watch on you. What's a phrase that you can use to ask what time it is in Spanish? That would be ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? So let's say that you said ¿Qué hora es? To a Spanish speaker, and they told you son las 5. It is 5. After that, you would say gracias. And gracias means thank you. And I would always recommend that you say this after someone has helped you with something, so you can show gratitude. For example, gracias for watching this video. And if you want to say thank you a lot, you would say muchas gracias. Then on the flip side, if you do something for a Spanish speaker and they say gracias, in response, you would say to them, de nada, you're welcome. Now, a very useful phrase that you can use to figure out what is the price of a certain tourist attraction or a food item or an article of clothing that you would like to buy is cuánto cuesta. Cuánto cuesta means how much is it? 462. So let's say that you didn't know what that means. Then you would say, no entiendo. I don't understand. Because when it comes to talking about money, I know that these conversations go over my head a lot. And let's say that this salesperson repeated the same price to you and you still didn't understand. Then you could say to them, ¿Puedes repetir, por favor? And that means, can you repeat, please? All right, so first you didn't understand that price and you said, no entiendo. And then they repeated that same price again, and then you said, puedes repetir, por favor. Can you repeat, please? Now, let's just say that you still aren't getting it. So maybe you might need to ask them if they can speak a little bit slower. So then you would ask them, puedes hablar más despacio? Can you speak slower? Now, the next phrase is, hablas español? Which means, do you speak Spanish? So this could be a question that you ask somebody, or it can also be a question like in this situation that they ask you. ¿Hablas español? Then your response to that would just be yes or no. So sí o no, or un poco, a little bit. So a full phrase would be no hablo mucho español. I don't speak a lot of Spanish. Another phrase you're going to be hearing a lot as well in a more of like a store setting would be en efectivo. Means in cash, like if you're going to be paying in cash. Then the next phrase would be con tarjeta. So with a card, are you going to be paying like with a credit card? Now the last phrase that I have for you is one that you can use a lot in a restaurant setting. So if you're in a restaurant and you're ready for your check, so you would just say to a waitress or a waiter, la cuenta por favor. La cuenta means the check. So la cuenta por favor means the check, please. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure that you put these phrases to use on your next vacation in Latin America or within your own community if there are some Latin American restaurants or other stores. Te veo en el próximo video. Hasta luego.